To sit Zen is a bit like a game of hide and seek, to play with this idea of lost and found as we do today. There's a wonderful story where someone asks, what does it mean to contemplate reality? To contemplate reality, there's a bit of grandiosity, perhaps, from what our actual experience of Zazen is. There can be a sense in this question, what does it mean to contemplate reality? That's a little bit distant from the blackbird and the gentle scolding of chickens in the distance and the cool air. What does it mean to contemplate reality? This monk asked Yunmen the question, and I imagine there being a bit of a pause before Yunmen speaks. Some space to allow in the wattlebird, the feeling of wool against skin. But Yunmen replied, the coin lost in the river is found in the river. The coin is lost in the river is the first noble truth of Buddhism, the sense of having lost something, that which is of worth, that which we treasure, that sense of our health, our youth, our forests, justice. This is the first step into the Dharma for many of us. It might even just be having a feeling like I haven't found it yet. I have not brought my mind to peace. What this life is, the coin lost in the river. What does it mean to contemplate reality? It is found in the river. We must lose everything in the pursuit of this question to have some sense that there's something lost, has a hope that that keeps us apart from what is actually happening in this moment. We must even lose our hope in pursuit of this question, a hope of returning to yesteryear, of fixing what has been broken. Such a hope can leave a trail of tears behind it, a list of platitudes, even the makings of some grand solution. The coin lost in the river is found in the river. It is found in the river. It was never not there. When we can see this, only then we turn to the matter at hand. To see the coin is lost in the river is to see this timeless river always flowing, flowing from, flowing to, but the flowing itself is the river. Nothing is not flowing into and out of. Even a frozen river is flowing deep in the ice. The water's movement in a river never arrives. and it includes all waters. Zazen never arrives, never leaves anything out, never stands still. This flowing river, if I stand or sit in Zazen as I am, it can sometimes seem as if a bird call comes to me. It can sometimes seem as if the sunlight bends to new angles and arrives here in the room. It will sometimes seem as if my breath and my moments flow out of me. But really, this is just one flowing river. The price of the coin in the river is every belief and every label that we carry with us. The price of the coin found in the river is our willingness to get thoroughly wet. There are types of spiritualities that are rich in robes, but do not wander in the wilds of getting into the river. We might recite things, we might follow along from one practice to another. But Zazen is being wild, being wet. We can never think it up what happens in Zazen. We can only just get lost in the flow. When we start our Zazen, sometimes it will feel hard, like we are summoning energy to do it. And that's why we have vows and sanghas and special places to come to, which can help hold that energy as a refuge for our practice. With the coin lost in the river is found in the river. With this koan, we do not need to do any more than enter our lives. The really wonderful thing about this is that to be found in the river is to let whatever form the river is taking today be what you are. I am cold. I feel this stable and relaxed mood. Maybe analyzing this talk I'm hearing. It is enough to be that. It is enough to be this without adding or subtracting anything at all. The coin lost in the river is found in the river. Do not look outside this. All waters flow in and flow out of this. This river carries grief and gratitude. It stretches large to carry all. It carries all sorrow. And just because it can carry all things, that's how much gratitude and wonder also flows. To enter into this river, we bring with us a willingness to submit to the most deep, most generous space in our lives. Dongshan describes what it is so beautifully to enter in He writes about the old woman at daybreak who encounters the ancient mirror and sees a face that is no other than her own. The old woman oversleeping at daybreak with a sense of ease, with a sense of no agenda at all, a sense of being a bit relaxed and opening one's eyes, who encounters an ancient mirror. This is our Zazen, this ancient mirror, this ancient Dharma gate, which we enter again and again, and sees in this ancient mirror a face that is no other than her own. All waters flow together. There's nothing we can see in this ancient mirror that is not our own. This is the moment of grace. This is entering into the river. This moment of grace arrives unheralded, unexpected, often in our deepest, foggy, but steadfast gaze. We could not think this up, and so the unexpected happens. All of Kunanyi is flowing. All of Kunanyi is sitting zazen. Wendell Berry puts this well. I don't remember all of the poem, but I remember how it ends. His poem, Wild Geese. He ends with, we open a persimmon seed to find the tree that stands in brown promise. Hail the seed's marrow. Geese appear high over us, pass, and the sky closes. Abandon, as in love or sleep, holds them to their way, clear in the ancient faith. What we need is here, and we pray not for new earth or heaven, but to be quiet in heart and in eye, clear. What we need is here. The kind of truth we see in Zazen, we go close in. We go in to see the thing directly. We see how we are in the picture. We see how we are in the river. It has no theory. It has no recipe to be this kind of truth. We see the truth that is emerging moment by moment, not the truth that we believe in, that we identify with, that we argue about, but this is the river. We create a sense that comes before argument or faith. The river teaches you as you go. This is the river in which the coin is found, in the way in which I am found, in which you are found. I'll end with a poem, a very short little poem that I love dearly, from Damandina, a nun from the time of Gautama, one of the early nuns who's practicing uh, in those in the earliest monastic forms. And one of her songs that she wrote is collected in the gathering called the Terragata. And it brings in this wild mind of being found in a river and being found in the river with a great treasure, with a coin. So long, she writes, for so long I thought only of the river's end. Then one morning I set my paddle down to watch the sunrise over the eastern hills, only to find myself floating somehow, gently, upstream. I promise it's what I expected.